handcuffing
So you're gonna take me with no underwear on? Is your camera on?
Yeah, it's on.
So you're gonna take me to jail with no underwear on as a male officer? That's harassment.
Baby, no, I was cutting French fries. See what I gotta deal with?
Do you see what I have to deal with? This is the second time they came here to have a conversation with me.
I was cutting French fries, and I dropped the knife. But you had my granddaughter in the room beating on my granddaughter. She'd have snatched me.
Notice how the suspect is immediately defensive and labels the victim a liar before the officer even finishes a question. In domestic calls, the loudest person is often trying to claim the narrative early to hide their own actions.
Can I talk to you back here?
You're a liar.
Is there anyone else in the house other than
No, it's me and my baby.
Talk to my granddaughter.
She's 12 years old. I'm not allowing my child to speak to no officer. She got to go.
We gotta calm down a little bit.
Go over there, okay? I'm gonna speak with her, alright?
Okay.
Officer Callahan, Bloomington PD, body cams on, everything here recorded, okay?
Hey there.
What happened?
She was cutting French fries. I put out the dinner for my child to eat, some meatloaf and gravy and rice. I told her she was eating up for dinner. She got irate, turned around with the knife in her hand.
Who got irate?
She did.
Okay.
She's going through. This is the second time that officer's been here. I'm not allowing my child to speak to you on your camera. I'm just going to let you know that. So she turned around with the...
Knocked the cane down.
100%.
Okay. So you just knocked the cane down.
That's a startlement.
Yeah.
As the knife was in her hand.
Okay. And did she say she was going to cut you or anything like that, or was just the knife like just in her hand?
The knife in her hand looked like this.
Okay.
If you don't get out my face, I'm up because I lay your ass out. I'm 42 years old, you 67.
Okay. And then, so, why did you bop her in the head?
Because she kept talking back to me about wanting the fries and eating the fries, and I told her that's not what she was eating. She's eating a 4-course meal.
Okay. So then...
I'm her mother.
Okay. So then so she said, then I want to eat the fries. You said no.
I said no.
She was talking back, and you bopped her in the head.
100%.
When you say you bopped her in the head, was it like a open hand?
She got a VA.
Okay. Okay. And so
Is that
then...
against the law?
There's parental discipline and stuff like that. Okay,
100%.
so yeah,
So that's the extent of that.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't see any marks on her head or anything like that. Okay, and then so then after you bop her in the head, she got more
I
mad.
down 911.
Okay, and then so you bop her in the head. She still has the knife. You said that.
100%.
Did you go to a different room or did she go to a different room?
My daughter went into the room. I went into the room to grab her so she could come back and get her hair done.
Okay.
And she dialed 911.
Okay. Okay. So then so your daughter goes to her room, you go to the room to grab her. Did grandma follow you with the knife?
Yes, let me show you the knife. Has a black handle.
Oh, I believe she had the knife in her hand, don't get me wrong. I believe she had the knife in her hand, I'm not saying that at all. So you then go to a different room to go get your daughter, and she has the knife in her hand, she's calling 911?
Yes.
Okay. Let me just...
She's still there.
Okay. But besides, the bop to the head, no other physical application, anything like that? Okay. Okay. And then...
Officers are looking for consistency here. When the grandmother mentions a knife, the officer has to determine if it was used defensively or as a threat. The presence of a weapon instantly upgrades this from a simple dispute to a potential felony.
When you said defend, and then the kid then ran in the room, she went after the kid to go get her hair done, and then she came back in here with the knife on the phone that one. Yeah. So I think we just...
Yeah, it's kind of too violent. I'm going to talk to her just a little bit longer. We got to figure out some sort of resolve this issue of some sort because we're going to be coming right back here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, just with everything going on, okay, is there anywhere else you guys could go for that? I'm not saying you have to leave
We
or
have
something
no
like that.
family here.
Okay, I was just wondering if there's anywhere else, just for the
Can you make sure that it's minor child Adams and not Tori? I want my child name.
I hear you loud and clear, okay? Basically, right now, where we're at is we want to end this problem, okay?
There's not a
And I
problem.
think, well, it seems like there is. You know what I mean?
It seems like it's not.
There's a reason why we got called here.
Who's irate? Her or me?
I mean, you guys were both yelling at each other when we
Who
walked
had the
in.
knife? Me or her?
You-
I asked for a police report.
yeah.
Why don't you get police reports?
I already told you that we're going to have one documented, okay?
So are you going to give me a copy of that?
I can't physically give you a copy.
Why?
I can give
Why?
you,
It's state law that you're supposed to give me a copy of the incident report.
There's no.
Is it an
I give
incident
you.
report?
I can give you.
Is there an
Regis report.
incident?
I give you-
Is there an
Regis-
incident?
See, now you're being irate.
I'm not being
You are.
irate.
You're not
I'm
letting me talk.
asking
You're
you
not letting me
state
talk.
protocol. This is
Where
an
in state?
incident.
Where in state protocol is
Okay,
it?
awesome.
Okay. So like I said, there's a FOIA, okay, Freedom of Information Act, okay? Once we generate the report and get everything going, you could FOIA this report, okay? And then you could get the whole copy yourself, all right? So, that being said, clearly there's a conflict here. Okay, we don't want to have to keep him back out here, or someone else. You know,
You don't have
get-
to come back out here.
Okay,
She got
so
a
what-
knife and she put it on
So
me.
what's the
That's a
solution?
problem.
What's the solution for tonight?
You came out here, and that's just that. That's just that. She
Okay.
has a problem. That's just that. I have nowhere to go, me or my child, and so that's just that. What I'm not gonna do is leave my child here with her, and she had a knife.
Okay.
That's a problem.
No, I hear
So
what you.
she can stay in her little 50 feet or 25 feet away from me, and I'll stay away from her. I'm here doing something productive.
Yeah,
She's
I'm not saying you're not.
Okay, awesome.
So
we can switch officers.
You
if
guys,
you like.
no, we're not gonna play shop a cop. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What we're gonna do? See, you're just being ridiculous.
I'm not.
right
You're
now.
doing the same thing.
No, I'm trying to talk to you.
We're puppet
you're
mastering.
I'm trying to talk to you, and,
Okay.
and you're just kind of insulting me now.
I'm not
for no
insulting
reason. You just called me.
Nope. I'm asking her how many times
I
you
don't
hit her.
discipline her. So ask her the correct questions. Ask her.
How many times did she
questions
hit you in the head? Was it just 1, 2, 3?
Was grandma pulling you as well? You're a liar.
No, she
Yeah.
didn't pull my hair.
You're a liar.
When you said she pulled your hair, what did she yank on your head?
She ain't never nothing. She's not gonna stay long for 21.
Okay. Did you like fall back or anything like that? Go back in the room.
No.
So when she pulled on her hair, just so I understand, okay, was it like, hey, come here, or was it like a come here? And she like kind of yanked on you. So my last question for you, man. So I know she said you pulled on her hair. How hard did you pull on her hair? Just be honest with us.
Not hard at all.
Is there a reason you hit her?
For talking back to me as I told her no, and a command as a parent.
Okay. So I know you said you didn't pull her hair hard at all, but why do we have
May
a
I
whole?
have the questions from you, please?
Why do we have a whole?
Say what?
Why do
May I
we
have
have
the
a whole?
questions from you, please?
Now, why do we have a whole
May I
strand of
please
hair?
have the questions?
Why do we have a
Let's
whole
say
strand of
He's
hair
being
on our
very,
floor?
very forceful.
Alright, here's a question. Why is her hair on the floor? Because usually
Hold on a second. Where are the shoes?
My hands are handcuffed. Let me put on some underwear.
we're not doing all this.
I have no underwear on.
Okay.
You're taking me into custody.
Well, sorry, you don't have underwear. How are you supposed to put on underwear at this point?
Expect to see this wardrobe crisis often. Suspects frequently use nudity or missing clothing as a last-ditch effort to stop an arrest. They're hoping the male officers will be too uncomfortable to proceed, but procedurally, the arrest must continue.
Because you're in custody.
With grabbing them and putting them on.
You can do that with your hands behind your back and cuffs.
Can you uncuff me so I can put them on?
I'm not uncuffing
So
you.
you're gonna take me with no underwear on? Is your camera on?
Yeah, it's on.
So you're gonna take me to jail with no underwear on as a male officer? That's harassment.
We're asking you
Yes,
for
it
shoes,
is.
okay?
That's not. It's cold outside, sir. Can I get my gym shoes?
Where are the gym shoes, and what shoes are they? Are they those Converse right there?
I'm not going in here.
Flip the light.
The
So I can see.
isn't working.
I can show your flashlight, sir.
Where in here are the shoes?
He's asking me a question.
Okay.
I didn't ask you to come in here. I'm saying
I'm
where are
trying
the
to
shoes?
show you right there in the corner. You're
Right.
not looking with your flashlight.
These black ones?
100%.
Okay, step back out. I'm gonna grab the black ones for you. And we're gonna...
Mother. I don't care. I'll get right out.
Go take some.
Sorry. I'm showing you your camera.
I'll just put the put the shoes on the ground for her. She
Yeah.
wants to put them on.
What about a jacket? Am I not allowed a jacket? 9/11, Paul.
What does that mean?
It's a device federal agents are watching. So just to let you
It's
know.
not like a firearm or anything. It's like what? Device?
It's a cigar code for 9/11. Are you familiar with the 9/11 Second City thing, or New York, anything like that?
No, I'm just sure. Can you take a seat and I can talk to you about? What is it?
It's a cigar. Yes. It's for 9/11. It was entered in from the city of Chicago. I don't know if it'll beep or anything like that, but it's in my vaginal area.
Is that something you're able to take out?
No,
No, it's
it's from J.B. Pritzker. It's a government fault.
so So they do like this thing to make sure like no one has codes or anything. So I don't know if it'll show that we kind of switch it.
If not, that's fine. It's in there.
She was charged with battery. Do you think her best bet is to take some anger management classes and rebuild a better relationship with her family because they clearly seem to be scared of her? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe and stay tuned for more crime on Bodycam.
Ultimately, the physical evidence of hair on the floor and the victim's fear led to the battery charge. Without a serious intervention like anger management, these domestic cycles usually repeat until someone is seriously injured.